Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith. I just turned 50. Are you sitting there going, what do I get him? What do I get Kevin Smith? I've already given him so much of my money and time. But on this, his 50th birthday, what could I possibly get the man who has it all? I'll tell you what you can get. A membership in that Kevin Smith Club. That's right, man. You could be a clerk, a mall rat, a fun employee, or a yoga hoser. You get pins with one level, scripts with one level, and those just went out recently, and people love them. All the content, wake and bake 3 times a week, edumacation, Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, +1, and plus all the archives of Smodco over the years. What are you waiting for, man? Come join us. Jump on in. The water's fine. ThatKevinSmithClub.com.
It's time to babble the fuck on. It's Hollywood Babble-On with your hosts, Kevin Smith and Ralph Garman.
Monday night in Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen, or more specifically right here in the city of industry. So let's babble the fuck on. I'm Kevin Smith.
I'm Ralph Garman.
Hey!
Wow.
Right?
It's like the 405 at rush hour.
I was trying to explain to him, because of the birthday show, I've had some experience with the drive-in show, and that's the most delightful aspect. The
That is. That'll come in handy.
Imagine doing the show normally. If you heard a series of horns, you'd be like, fucking stop it. But tonight, you're like, more.
Well, there is a train that goes by periodically, so we're going to have to work around that.
This is fucking, I've been selling it as Babble-On Under the Stars. We talk about the stars, under the stars. This is the first time we've had an open-air experience, man.
Yes.
And the good folks at the ArcLight, beep for the ArcLight for letting us do this tonight. They gave you caramel corn for free, man.
It's good, too,
yes.
by the way.
And normally you pay a pretty penny for that. So giving it out free was kind of nice.
These are mine. Don't touch
them all.
Yes.
The good folks at the ArcLight helped us get this going and whatnot. Derek, who runs the Movies Pop-Up, give it up for Derek. He brought movies here tonight and whatnot.
Yes, thank you, Derek.
Josh and Liv are shooting a show. Give it up for Josh and Liv, Dr. Josh Roush. Jordan made it all happen. Give it up for Jordan. But there is no show without the guy to my left who 10 years ago from right now, we know where we were, and it was doing Hollywood fucking Babble. Do you know how rare it is to know where you were 10 years ago at a point in time? Like anniversaries and fucking birthdays, yes, but generally speaking, could you account for your fucking Friday or what's now a Monday night? Could you account for August 24th if you didn't have fucking Hollywood Babble-On, if this didn't happen?
Technically, Hollywood Babble-On premiered, the podcast dropped on the 24th of August, but we didn't record it on the 24th. This is the anniversary of people first hearing Hollywood Babble-On, but we weren't doing it.
The fuck you've been lied to, ladies and gentlemen. This is not the 10th anniversary of Hollywood Babble-On. It's 10th anniversary plus fucking 2 days into the 20th.
Close enough. It's a decade, for God's sakes. The more you know.
The more you know, indeed. Jesus, I thought that, Ralph, fuck. You told me, last month, I said, when is the Babble-On anniversary officially? 10 years. And he goes, August 24th. And I labored like a fucking bitch in heat to get the show set up for the 24th. Had you told me it was the 22nd, I would have, would have been a weekend show.
For the folks in the cars, it's the 10th anniversary. It's the first time they heard it was 10 years ago on August 24th.
So it's their anniversary, not ours.
That's right. Think of others instead of yourself, you selfish bastard.
Happy anniversary, kids.
That's right.
I wish somebody had told me a couple days ago.
This is awesome. Thank you so much, everybody who came out to the show. This is going to be weird and wonderful, I'm suggesting. The horns are great. We love hearing that. But just in case things get dicey, in case I get insecure, I brought some insurance, if you don't mind.
What?
Josh, can you give me a little insurance, please?
that. Does that make you feel better?
Yeah, I brought a laugh track.
That's what I
Just in
hear.
case things go south.
I just hear that in the background of my mind all the time.
I know.
I always have a running laugh track.
And all I hear is crickets. So I needed something to make me feel.
What is this? What I mean, I know we're not 6 feet apart, but we've been sharing airspace the whole time we record the Caped commentaries for the last few weeks. Have you enjoyed the Caped commentaries, ladies and gentlemen?
Liking that little Batman action?
It's been a lot of fun. Not as fun as doing the show live and whatnot. So here we are, closer than we probably should be.
Yes.
But we're always doing that. We're always fucking swapping germs and shit.
The anniversary of our first night together.
Well, not
In
really
2
the
days.
anniversary, plus 2 days and shit. But what does it feel like for you to do a show? We haven't done Babble-On since technically 2019. Last time we did Babble-On was the New Year's Eve show.
That's true, because you were on the road with Reboot, and then when you got back, we had planned to do a show, and that's when they started shutting stuff down. So
And where it was like Oxnard or something.
Oxnard Improv, I think, yeah.
What is it like to perform again? Like Ralph made a point of like Babble, I was like, I mean, we'll do Babble-On every week from home. We'll Zoom it and stuff like that, or we'll just talk casually. And he was like, no, man, Babble-On is a live show. That's why we're doing the Cape commentaries. So here we are.
It's the next best thing to being there.
Right.
I mean, I know the folks are out there, and I know we're here, and it has that energy that we're doing it for an audience.
Everything about it is backwards, though. Normally we do it inside, not outside. Normally we face the audience. We don't have our
They're
backs
behind
to the
us,
audience.
yes.
It's a strange feeling, man. But we'll always remember our 10th and 2 days anniversary.
Yes.
Because this show took it outside. We could literally, we're under the stars. The Cavi van, the Caviar van, the folks who make my weed, Snoochie Boochies, Snoogans, Berserker. Give it up for the Caviar folks.
Yeah.
They dropped by and vended and had samples and stuff like that. So this is the first time that, my people can enjoy the show the way they would like to enjoy the show. Normally, we have to enjoy it under your people's terms, where it's like, let's drink alcohol under a
sauce.
roof.
Yeah.
Now, people could be hot boxing in their cars and stuff. I could technically smoke. You could smoke cigarettes during the show.
We're in the bizarro world. That's what you're telling me.
I know, man.
The show is going to be...
I'm just thinking about smoking. And I'm like, can I? Are we allowed? We're in California. It's legal.
Hey, if you get arrested here...
And we're outside.
That'd be awesome.
That would be good for the show.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good.
I thought,
Good
is that a
TV.
cop? And even if it was.
Tonight's show is going to be pretty much a regular Babble-On show. We're going to try to do all the different segments and elements that we usually do. So hopefully everyone will enjoy it as much as they do a regular show. If we remember how to do it. It's been 8 months since we've tried this, but I'm thinking it's going to be fun. Look at you pulling out your weapons.
I'm getting
already.
ready. I'm getting ready. What do you remember about that first show, Ralph, that was 10 years and 2 days ago?
I remember being excited. You have to remember, 10 years ago, I had just lost my son, Lincoln, if you remember.
Oh, my
It was
Lord,
right
that's
after my
right.
kids were born. And I was in a world of despair, and I was just circling the drain. And so when Babel came along, it was kind of like a lifeline in a lot of ways, because it brought me out of my own head and my own sort of depression, and it let me be creative in front of people and to work with you. And we had been friends before that, but we never really worked side by side before.
True.
So it was a godsend, and I think of this show always as an important part of my life, because it's just as much fun and as many nice things as people have said about the show. It may be even more important to me because of our relationship and for what it means to me, and to be doing it for 10 years. If we do it for another 5 years, we'll have beaten my marriage as the longest thing I've ever done of real consequence in my life. So,
I mean, in terms of quality, haven't we already beaten your marriage? I mean,
if you ask some people, then yes.
Wow, man. I expected a glib answer, and you went deep. Give it up for Ralph, man. That was quite beautiful.
Well, it's just telling the truth.
I entered into it. I remember when you were. I feel weird telling the story now. I feel self-conscious. I had on that Kevin Smith club, my little club, my Ralph Report thing.
Right.
We do a show called Wake and Bake, and on Wake and Bake, I talked about today the Babble-On anniversary, and told the story about and then Ralph was like, "Hey, why don't we do the show at your theater and stuff?" And so there was a little tweet from Smodcast that kind of put that clip up there this morning just to be like, hey, there's a brand new Wake and Bake. This is what he talks about. Innocuous as fuck. Somebody on Twitter, like, fucking instantly was just like, is this the same fucking story he always tells?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So I'm not going to tell the story about, like, how it happened, although, all right, I will. Short version. We were going to do it as a radio show. K-Rock didn't want to do it as a radio show on Saturdays called the Showbiz Beat. They said, nobody wants to hear people talk on the radio anymore.
Right.
Show died. That was that. Then I went to K-Rock a few months later, and I was opening up Smodcast, obviously, in August, apparently. That was the case, because here we are 10 years later. And I was talking about, hey, I'm opening this theater. It's a podcast theater, the world's first podcast theater, and we're going to do podcasts and blah, blah, blah. And Ralph was doing a great interview, and then afterwards we'd usually go in the parking lot and he'd grab a smoke. I think I might have been a cigarette smoker in those days.
Yeah.
No, I'd been a weed smoker for longer than 10 years. I gave up cigarettes. But back in the day, me and him used to smoke cigarettes in the parking lot. So I'm standing there watching him smoke cigarettes, and he goes, what if we did that show, like, at your theater? And I was like, oh, my God, what a great fucking idea. I needed shit for my theater. I can't go as deep as you went, but, that theater was brand new, and without you, like, it was built for Smodcast.
Right.
Like, and as you remember, the place was like a shrine to Scott Mosier. And I think Scott came in for the first show and was like, I'm going to wind up skinned and on this wall. Because it was, I guess it freaked him out. He's like, you built a whole fucking theater at us? I got to go. So suddenly I didn't have like a regular Smodcast to do. I didn't know what we were going to do. Jay and Silent Bob Get Old didn't happen until after Babble-On happened. So when you were like, hey, let's do a show at your theater, I was like, oh, my God, thank God, something to do. And then, something I never counted on, you being on the radio, you were able to sell tickets right away. So you'd announce it on Monday, and then, boom, 50 seats would sell out. 48 seats plus 2 folding chairs. 50 seats would sell out. And we did it for a couple months before one day, we had this conversation where I think it was me going like, I know it's my theater and I benefit from having it here, but like clearly we could reach a bigger audience. Like if you feel that way, if you want to go out and look for a place to do the show, go ahead. And he did. And he went out, and first it was the 2 options, the Improv.
I talked to a couple clubs. There were 2 that really were interested.
And what were they?
The Improv.
Yes.
And John Lovitz. Thank you.
That's right, man. Why did we wind up at the Lovitz?
They were willing to give us a better deal at the time. They were giving us a bigger piece of the door. And also I thought, the comedy club, the Improv was like a comic institution. This place was new and needed something that would show up and fill their seats. So I thought we'd be of more value there. We would probably be thought of as gods if we could show up and fill that place.
So you were like big fish, small pond.
Exactly, yeah.
We did that for a few years, and it was bliss going up there to do shows. And then one day we moved, because we all know why, we moved to the Improv.
Yes.
And then we became kind of legit in as much as like we're doing this in a real comedy club. Like, holy cow, one that's been around for a long, long time. And for a while, there was one period where we sold out every single show for like 2 years straight or some such shit. It was a ridiculous record and whatnot. And one day, I never go out into the bar. Like after the show, Ralph will go out into the bar and stuff like that. I'd get in my car, I'd go home. One day I was shooting something at the Improv. I think it was for Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, because the brief shot we show of the Improv. So they were outside on the sidewalk shooting. I got to go inside. And it was the first time I actually saw the new bar, and I was looking around. And on the wall with all the fucking famous people, there's a picture like of me and you sitting up there. And I got glassy eyed, talked to Rita. I was like, what? And she was just like, you guys are a big part of this place.
Yeah.
You and me sitting down together fucking 10 years plus 2 days ago, like made such an impact, like not just in our lives, but like we wound up in a fucking place where only like legends soared.
I know.
Like
that's
that.
why I was afraid to go
ended.
there initially, because I thought we don't belong there really, and
We don't.
we kind of earned our way in, and it worked out.
How do you feel doing 10 years of Hollywood Babble-On? Can you do 10 more?
I think so. Why not?
Do you want 10 more, kids?
You're not done with us yet? All right, there's your answer.
I'll be playing this card.
Thank you.
The whole
Yes,
night
good,
long,
Josh.
man. I'm like, can we hear you? Oh my God, that's so fun to me. I've never enjoyed hearing horns more. It's probably the Jersey kid in me in traffic. I'm just used to hearing that meh, behind me. Same way, because I'm always like fucking ducking through traffic.
It's like we're doing a show for Lightning McQueen and Toe Mater.
Did that get some honks? Somebody's like, yes.
Is Lightning here?
Now, to be fair, the good folks here at the Vineland Drive-In, it's an ArcLight function out here, man.
Yeah.
Like classy, as you well know. The ArcLight, #1 name in film exhibition out here, and particularly in Hollywood. We're going to be doing a series of like film series with them out here, showing like Clerks, Mallrats, stuff like that.
Oh, awesome.
But I just want to point out for those
Yoga hosers?
Yes, of course. We'll
All
get
right.
to yoga hosers. Who
wanna
wants to
make
see
sure.
yoga hosers at a drive-in, ladies and gentlemen? I think they like the idea.
I'll be here for the third act.
Third act. But for those who aren't here tonight in City of Industry at the Vineland Drive-In, it is a multiplex drive-in.
Yeah.
There's multiple screens here, so it's not just like one screen. There's 4 different movies going on. So right now, I just realized that every time we're like, give it up with the horns, 3 other movies are like, fuck you, man. See?
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying
Way
to watch
win
Russell
friends
Crowe.
and influence fucking neighbors. Yeah, there's a David Arquette movie playing.
Oh, is Arquette?
Yeah, that David Arquette documentary. So I think a bunch of people who are like, I'm here for fucking Arquette, man. I can't wait for the Scream reboot, and I came to see this Arquette movie, and all I hear are fucking horns for Ralph Garman.
They probably even know what it's for. They're like, stop it.
Yeah, they're like, what happened to him? Where's he been? Last time I saw him, he was on K-Rock.
That's right.
In the time that we've been doing the show, you've had many life changes. You referenced, of course, divorce before.
Yes.
But you also, when we started, were on K-Rock, and now you're not.
Now I got the Ralph Report. Now I got my own show that I do Monday through Friday. Say, oh,
Never could have predicted that.
There
How
we
many
go.
Ralph reporters out there?
thank you, kids. Thanks for being there. Appreciate it. Yeah, I hung my own shingle and now doing my own thing. And ideally, now that we found a way to do this, we can do it all. I mean,
Keep going, man.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, there it is. We've enough sucking each other's fucking dicks. Ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
there's more to come.
Yeah, probably. You came for a damn show. We're going to put on a damn show, man. I am 50 hours into a fast. So I'm wired, man. I'm fucking ready to go.
If you pass out, I'm just going to stick some of this caramel corn in your mouth and bring
I
you
know,
back.
please do it. I'm ready to drink it. Can I get a drink? I'm actually kind of parched, man.
Some fluid for Cottonmouth here?
I mean, I could get more cotton mouthy. Well, before we dive into anything else, I've never been able to do this.
This is a true celebration of 10 years.
This is how we should always do the show. Just like this.
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh, my God. This is amazing. Go ahead, do your show.
Now I know why we don't do it like this.
I can't.
can't speak.
I'll never go back. Go ahead.
All right, kids, let's get to it. What do you say? Here's how we kick things off, at least as far as I remember. We talk to people in the audience who have come particularly long distances or celebrating special occasions with us tonight
Ghosting.
in a segment called The Shoutouts.
It's a shout out with Kevin and Brown, so get your cock out. Yeah. Get your cock
It's
out.
just, it's not safe.
Number one, I'm multitask.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me one of those.
Here, put a glove on it.
Give me that song again.
It's a shout out with Kevin and Brown, so get your cock out. Yeah. Get your cock out.
Don't honk for that. Although, you know what? I always appreciate finding out a hidden skill. So if you like that, I'll be doing it at That Kevin Smith Club, ladies and gentlemen. Come join us, thatkevinsmithclub.com.
Does it reduce the sensation when it's wrapped? Do you feel
Maybe for the mic, but for me, it's
not as intimate?
it's true. I mean, wow, I hadn't thought about it.
Yeah.
If I put a rubber glove on your dick, no biggie, right? It's like a dental dam. It's like we
Exactly.
didn't really go all the way.
Not at all.
Now I know how we're celebrating 10 years, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, let's kick things off with Kevin Hummel. If Kevin is out there, Kevin, beep if you can hear this, if you can. There he is.
Oh, my God, it's like he's here. He is here.
It's exactly like he's here because he is. Kevin Hummel writes, I'm here with my girlfriend Moonjeet, who has never heard the show before. Well, what a great way to see the show for the first time, by the way, at a drive-in.
Are you kidding me, man? If they're smoking weed, this is a much better show than it's ever been.
I'm all for it.
They probably got booze in the car, too, and stuff. I mean, don't drink and drive, but, they probably do.
Kevin Kevin is a celebrity in the sense that you may not know who Kevin is, but you certainly know his ride. This is what he came to the show in tonight. Can we throw that picture up on the big screen? That's Kevin's car that he came in tonight.
Oh, shit.
He's rocking the DeLorean time machine. And he drove that here to see the show tonight. That's what he's watching the show in right now.
What was his top speed?
88 miles per hour.
No, because then he wouldn't fucking be here, Ralph.
Good point,
Tricked.
Kevin.
87 was his top speed.
Maybe he
That's
can go
the
back
answer.
10 years and 2 days ago to the actual anniversary of our
Fuck.
show.
Make it right.
I said, I've been listening to podcasts for years, always wanted to make it out to a show to see you guys, and I started to fear that I'd missed my chance. I was so stoked to see this anniversary event. Just want to give you a shout out to you guys for the hours you've put into the podcast. Well, thank you, Kevin. It's very kind of you. Appreciate it.
Awesome and awesome of you to bring the wheels, man.
Yes, indeed. Who else is here tonight? Robert Torres. Robert, if you're out there, let us know.
I can't believe it's the 10th anniversary show. Fucking, where are all your impressions? We talk about the Back to the Future car. No Christopher Lloyd comes popping out of you. You really are rusty.
Marty,
There you go.
we have to get more of that caramel corn. It's unbelievable.
If you want more caramel corn, kids,
right behind us.
it's right behind us, but don't come close to us. unless you're wearing a
Robert
mask.
Torres is in here. Drove here from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Get
tonight.
out of here,
Yes.
man. Give it up for, what is his name?
Robert Torres.
Robert, you here?
Been in the show, a fan of the show for years. Thanks to my friend Ben and Nicole. I've become a fan of yours ever since becoming a 2-star general in the Ralph Report. Thank you, Robert. I told my girlfriend about the show, and she said, let's go, since she knows I'm a huge fan. So it was her idea to get in the car in Albuquerque and drive all the way to Los Angeles to be here tonight. Can Pee Wee Herman please let her know how much I love her and how grateful I am for this birthday gift? His birthday was on the 19th. Why, sure.
Hello, girlfriend. Your boyfriend didn't put your name in the email.
He really loves you, I'm sure.
La la la.
So anyway, Robert's girlfriend.
As a guy who's sitting right next to you, give it up for Ralph's impression, would you? Make
That's
him feel
okay.
good.
We have this. We got that for this.
But I got to tell you, as we don't have the instant audience feedback because everyone's in their cars, watching you do that impression and hearing no laughter is fucking eerie, man.
This whole night's going to be like that.
That was like something out of Blumhouse where suddenly my friend is like, ha, ha, ha. And I'm like, Ralph, are you okay?
Yes, I am, Kevin.
Give me some.
Give him fake laughter. There you go.
fake laughs, not applause.
Keep that oxygen
there we go.
coming.
That's good. Mark in Tennessee writes
Were they
in.
taken from the improv, from our shows, or
No, this is
you just took it from a sound effects CD?
It's
we
probably
have enough live audiences. You could have taken our own audience, and now you gave us this static Seinfeld shit.
It's
All right, I'll shut
it's
up.
from I Love Lucy or
Somebody
something.
take
Those
a
people
picture.
are all dead.
Oh my
who are
God, is that
laughing right
true?
now.
All those
Yes.
clappers are dead?
Yes. Mark in Tennessee writes, I'm writing you both today because in your viewing audience you have 3 of my friends, Ashley, Joe, and Levi.
You guys out there, Ashley, Joe, and Levi?
They're there.
Hey, they vouch for that.
He's not happy because he's in Tennessee and they're all here watching the show, despite the fact they have never seen Babble-On in person. He's been listening to the show since the very beginning, and he's a little bitter that they're here tonight and he's not. So,
And what a good friend.
yes, he
I'm
says,
mad and jealous
I
at
was
my other friends.
Wondering if Arnold Schwarzenegger could tell Ashley, Joe, and Levi to suck it.
Ashley, Joe, and Levi. It's like a biblical song.
It's-
Yes, of course I can. Suck it. Yeah, Mark in Tennessee wants you to suck his Schwanzstücker.
It's a little delayed, but
Hey, better than just staring at you as you fucking launch into other voices. It's nice to have some backup.
the wind
like this
with the
is happening.
paperwork either. Just
You're having to work against
Yes,
some
exactly.
shit, man. Welcome to the world of the drive-in. We could have technically sat in a car and did it, but, you know, the table.
This is better.
Yeah,
this is
open
better.
air and stuff.
Yeah. Brandon Rohrbacher's here tonight. Congratulations on 10 amazing years of Hollywood Babble-On. Thank you, Brandon.
He's up front. He got here early.
Indeed. He said, looking forward to more years of Liam Neeson's cock jokes and calling Justin Bieber a cunt. Oh, that's where we're going to need the horns tonight with Justin Bieber, that song.
Because you're a little...
Yeah, exactly.
And everyone just lays on it.
I'm here tonight with my friends Will and Shauna. Today is Shauna's birthday, and I would think it'd be great if David Bowie would sing happy birthday to her. Why wouldn't that be lovely? I'm sure David Bowie can sing happy birthday to Shauna. Can I get a little Bowie music there? Happy birthday to you, Shauna. We're so glad you're here at the drive-in. Get in the backseat with your boyfriend and celebrate with sex in the car. Happy birthday to you, Shauna. We're so happy you're here tonight with us. Happy birthday to you, Shauna. We're happy
It's like
to
an upball
celebrate.
rooster.
Rooster, cock, it's all the same.
It's all they want. They just want the sex. There it is, kids.
There it is. So that's it for all our shout-outs tonight. Thanks to everybody who made it out here tonight, and thanks to everybody who wrote in. We appreciate it. Besides the shout-outs, we also, Kevin, get emails from all around the world. Josh?
Garmin's got an email bag. Featuring Kevin's reactions.
That's right. This first email comes from Todd Sellers in Seattle, Washington. People lately in the show have been sending us mistaken lyrics, songs that they thought they knew until they recently found out what the actual lyrics were.
Word.
This is a pretty good one. You know the song Africa from Toto, right?
I live the song Africa.
Can we hear a little bit of that, Josh?
It takes me back to being not even in high school yet. OLPH.
The lyrics for that section, of course, are I bless the rains down in Africa.
Which I didn't quite understand as a kid, but I guess as an adult it means he's like, yay for the rains in Africa.
Well, you need rain in Africa. Just ask.
Why is he why I bless? Like, so I'm thumbs up.
Yeah.
Co-signing the rains in Africa.
He's pro-rain. He voted yes in the last rain election.
What a hot take.
Exactly.
But, it was 1982 to 83.
Todd recently didn't know what those lyrics were until now. He originally thought they were, I left some brains down in Africa.
I left
Some brains down in Africa. Can we hear that one more time?
I left some rains down in Africa.
So I'm thinking he must have really partied in Africa.
Todd
if
left
that's
some
it.
brains behind
In-
when he
in
first
Seattle,
read those
Washington.
lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Next email comes from Jason Coman. Happy 10th anniversary, you guys. You've gotten me through some dark times in my life, although 2020 can kiss my ass.
Ugh. Can I get a witness?
My-
yeah,
my-
everyone co-signs
My
that.
beautiful wife, Seaton, is pregnant and due in December.
Seaton.
She's never been to Babble-On, but she's a big fan. She's from Highlands, New Jersey,
What?
and went to Henry Hudson High School.
What?
Yes.
That's my hometown and my home high school.
I know. Their baby's name is going to be Ethan Tate Coman, by the way. So we're going to welcome Ethan to the world in December.
Wow.
Can Al Pacino send a message to Seaton and the baby, Jason Coman? Why, certainly he can.
Oh, Seaton. Oh, you got a great placenta. Ooh-ah. Oh, your fallopian tubes are fucking on point. Baby maker, motherfuck.
Takes a minute, but it gets there.
Don't you wish every time in life you did something good, people honked horns at you and shit?
Not really.
It's fun to hear. I was
Hey.
sitting there going like, oh my God, how do I not know Seaton? But I'm 50 years old.
I'm sure she went a little bit after you.
Many
did.
years after me.
Yes.
That's right. The last time we did Babble-On, I was in my 40s.
I know.
I'm in my fucking 50s with you. A couple 50-year-old men.
Now we're in the 50s club.
We started this show fucking in our 40s on a Friday night. Now we're doing it in our 50s on a Monday night like a fucking CSI show. Everyone gathering
We had
together.
dinner very early.
Yeah, fuck.
we had
Aging before your eyes, ladies and gentlemen.
I feel much better now that you're 50 because when I was in my 50s and you were in your 40s, I felt there was too much of an age discrepancy between us.
I liked it. I thought there was like a Martin and Lewis thing to it.
Yeah.
There was an adult and blah.
But now we're right in the same pocket.
And now we're both fucking old.
Exactly.
Nobody has any use for us.
Hey, I thought usually we don't like to blow our own horns here on Hollywood Babble-On.
That's not true. I like to blow my own horn all the time.
No pun intended. But I thought since the 10th anniversary, how many times we'd get this opportunity? I would talk to some people, send us some emails of things that people are saying nice things about us online. And I brought some of that in. This comes from Kelly Banks. He's the editor of a
Wait,
web.
is this a new fucking category?
No, this
Nice
is just
things.
Nice
Nice
things
things.
about
They're
us.
saying nice things online.
I just thought this was fun. Kelly Banks, editor of a website called SaveOnCannabis.com. They listed the top 15, I think it was, marijuana podcasts that you can listen to. And look who made it at number 9. Can we throw that picture up?
refuse
There it
to
is,
turn around.
Hollywood Babble-On.
I figured as much. Get out of here. Why? What makes us a weed podcast?
Well, they say
tonight we sure were.
They said it's not really stoners, it's not pot-centric, but
Right.
you're always so stoned in it. So if you like to hear a stoned person riff on pop culture, that's the show to listen
And
to.
who doesn't like that? That's why podcasts were invented.
That's right.
For stoned
so
people to
other
riff on
stoned
pop
people can
culture.
listen to other stoned
We
people.
thank, what is it called?
SaveOnCannabis.com.
We thank them.
Yes. And also another website called whatnerd.com. John
Yes.
from Tacoma sent this in. 9 best podcasts for film and movie fans. 9 best. Look what came in at number 6.
Better be us.
Number 6, Hollywood Babble-On.
Look at that, damn it.
Josh, could you zoom in on the last sentence there of that particular review? Yeah, hosted by Kevin Smith and Ralph Carmen. They wrote. 10 years. 10 years I went from Frank Garman at the beginning of the show, and now
They're catching
Ralph
on.
Carmen is your co-host on Hollywood Babble-On.
It's our fault because we always say your last name so fast, like Ralph Carmen. And some people are like, I hear
It's been
Carmen.
in the world for a decade.
It's true. Look, have an easy name like Smith. People will fucking remember all the time.
So thanks, whatnerd.com. Almost.
How nice we made 2 fucking lists
Yes.
on websites.
Yeah.
And
And
Joe
one of
Rogan
them-
made $10 billion on Spotify. So we're doing this
It's the same
podcast thing right.
Same thing. What do you want? Money or you want love?
I just want to do it for another 10 years.
Is that what you want for real?
Yeah, wouldn't you like to? I always get the feeling you're ready to be like, let's close it up. Let's wrap it up.
I think we've had a good run.
I knew it. I could smell it.
The Beatles only lasted 10 years.
I thought, honestly, there was a part of me that was like, he's going to end the show tonight.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't dream of it. I'll do it quietly. I'll sneak away in the night so you can't be mad at me.
Where I'm just like calling Ralph, are you there? Ralph, we have a show.
New podcast, who dis? I'll just text you back.
Are you going to wait till the end of the Cape commentaries to drop me? Or are you going to take those up with somebody else?
Speaking of which, nice segue, Kevin Smith.
That's
This
what I'm here
came
for.
from Justin and Gabe. He wanted to thank us for the Caped commentaries. That's the new version of Babylon we're doing during the lockdown. It's Smith and I looking at episodes of the classic 1960s Batman TV series. If you're not listening, you should be. We have a good time.
And it's something we've always talked about, like whimsied about doing, like, oh, it'd be great to do commentary tracks on Batman and stuff.
Yeah.
And, oh, if only there was time. Well,
All the time in the world.
nothing but fucking time.
Yes.
2020 is the black hole of time.
So Justin has listened, and we inspired him to start a new ritual with his son at bedtime. They sit down a half an hour before it's time for him to go to bed, and he shows him one episode of Batman together.
Oh.
And they talk about it, and he says his kid has all the questions. He's 6 years old, full of questions, and our commentary has given them something to talk about.
He's like, here, listen to what these two 50-year-olds have to say.
I don't know if he lets us listen. I certainly hope he doesn't. But he sent in a picture that he wanted to celebrate tonight with him and his 6-year-old watching Batman together.
Adorable.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
I guess people are beeping for, like, children.
Yay, love.
People.
Yay, parenting.
One more generation.
That's right.
Keeping the species alive.
This email comes from Gavin in Boise, Idaho. He said, in rediscovering my old love for Kevin Smith movies and Q&As during quarantine, I started watching some of the old Babelvision episodes, and now Hollywood Babble-On and The Ralph Report are daily listens for me.
Look
How
at
about
that. I got you a customer
I
right
appreciate it. Thank you.
there. First taste is free.
He said, by the way, I just recently listened to episode 50 of Hollywood Babble-On. And what are we now? We're like in our 300s or something, right?
It
know
would
how
have
many
to be at
episodes.
this point, yeah.
He said, you congratulated each other for 1 year of doing the show. And Kevin said, may it last another 10. And now look at us.
So we got to wait one more year in order for that to be true.
That's right.
Because I wasn't like, may it last another 9.
So
So there it is. There's the fucking key. May it last another 10. We do 11 years, and then you cap it. And then this whole fucking last year, 2021, is like, fucking the Share tour where you're like, I'm done. And everybody comes out to see you, and then you retire. And then a year later, you need money.
we can be
and
like
we go back
Kiss.
out.
We can,
Yes!
we can have 27 farewell tours.
I went for Share. You went for...
Good. Here's the train. Told you.
I feel like I'm in The Fugitive. Get that bus off the track.
I didn't kill my wife. I didn't kill her.
I don't care.
What a unique way to do the show. I've never once thought
We'll
about.
be taking periodic train breaks.
That's crazy. That's
Yes.
nuts.
Anyway,
if the show this good news is this: if the show starts sucking, we start tanking. Couple of hobos, we run, we hop a fucking train, a freighter, and we get the fuck out of here.
put our stuff on a stick over our
Goddamn
backs.
bindle over our backs.
Yeah.
We're eating beans out of a can. Fucking the good life on the road.
Trailer for sale or rent.
Can't be no COVID in those freight trains.
No, everybody knows how clean freight trains are. Anyway, Gavin says Paige has been listening to all these movies and podcasts that he's been listening to, and she's been a trooper about it. He said, either I've turned her into a fan or she's an amazing actress. Either way, could Sexy Kev do me a favor and let her know how much I love and appreciate her?
Yeah.
So, Sexy Kev, you got to let Paige know how much Gavin loves and appreciates her. I think we need a little Sexy Kevin music.
Oh, Paige. Man, this is really weird.
Yeah, you think Pee-wee's weird.
Yeah, I can't even hear like the feedback, so I don't even know how low I'm going. I don't even know if this is my sexy voice. This sounds more like my Batman voice. Paige. Gavin wants to fuck you in your bat cave. Slide down his bat pole. Paige. I'm glad you're enjoying my stuff. Sounds like you enjoy Gavin's stuff as well. And Gavin says he wants to stuff it in you. And a bunch of people want that. They want to see it, hear it. They want to know it's happening. Listen to how many people support your love with their automobiles, with their cars. You're a supercar lover. Finish this.
Hey, it's your bit. I'll stop when you're done.
I should have went out during all the horns. Just should have George Costanza it.
Exactly.
Like, thank you and good
Like
night.
Homer Simpson just backed into the shrubbery.
Yes.
Jack from Norfolk, Virginia.
This fucking guy?
You don't know
know
Jack.
at
His
all.
name's Jack Mack, by the way.
You don't know Jack. Fuck you. I know a lot.
How cool's Jack Mack from Norfolk, VA?
I mean,
His
that
name's
guy
Mac.
he should be in radio.
Hell yeah. Or a
So
private
should you.
detective.
Yeah, or fucking a podcast.
I'm Jack Mack, PI from VA.
There's a lot of initials.
A lot of initials. He said, congratulations on your 10th anniversary. I know you're still on lockdown like the rest of us. I would love to hear the Royale with cheese scene from Pulp Fiction as done by Kermit the Frog and Winnie the Pooh, he asked for.
Where's
What
he
the
going to get
hell?
that?
We're here anyway.
Is that us doing it?
That's us doing it. So here, I printed out a little script for you. You will be Jules as Winnie the Pooh. I will be Vincent as Kermit the Frog.
Hold on. Let me get the voice. Oh, bother. All right, there you go. Oh, bother.
You got the voice?
Kind of.
Let me get the voice. Hi-ho. Okay.
Oh,
I got the voice.
bother.
All right.
Oh, bother.
You know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in Paris?
Oh, they don't call it a quarter pounder with cheese? That
No.
doesn't sound like fucking poo at all.
It sounds like Pooh. It just doesn't sound like Winnie the Pooh.
Can I do it as Bane? That's what I do best.
Okay. Well, sorry. Your request, Jack Mack, has been vetoed. We're going to do the scene as Kermit the Frog and Bane.
That makes more sense to me.
All right.
Okay.
You know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in Paris?
They don't call it a quarter pounder with cheese.
No, they got the metric system there.
They wouldn't know what the fuck a quarter pounder is.
So what do they call it then?
They call it Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese. What do they call a Big Mac?
A Big Mac's a Big Mac, but they call it La Big Mac.
La Big Mac. Ah. But what do they call a Whopper?
I don't know. I didn't go into a Burger King.
I'm going to need that at some point.
But you know what they put on French fries in Holland instead of ketchup?
Do tell.
Mayonnaise.
God damn.
I seen them do it, man. They fucking drown them in it. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yay!
Yeah, the win factor is the thing we've never had to deal with before.
No, I've never. I feel like we're.
We're on the set of The Flash, and he's leaving all the time or entering the room. Yeah, paperweights.
Paperweights. Thank you.
Paperweights. Never in my life have I thought more like, fuck, I wish I had a paperweight.
Or like we're hosting the Rose Parade or something. It's like one of those old timey broadcasts where Bob Eubanks is trying to talk about roses.
This float was built out of 10,000 tulips, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, that entire mule is made out of chrysanthemums.
It means a lot of people were planting tulips for a long time.
Tulips on your organ's better than a rose on your piano. And, we got a segment here where we people call in, or they call in at all. They write in with names of towns that are fucked up.
This is a fucking senior moment right there, wasn't it? People call into Babylon. I'm like, no, they don't.
Well, people call to the Ralph Report, and so that's why I'm confused. Yeah, we've got a voicemail hotline. They call and leave their voicemails, and then we feature the voicemails like we feature emails on this show.
It's fucking smart.
Yeah.
I'm stealing that.
No, you're not.
Soon at that Kevin Smith club. I listen to your fucking message.
1-833 hi, Kevin.
Do you have a special number for it?
1-833 hi, Ralph.
Really?
Yes.
What is the 833?
That's the prefix.
I know.
But
is
you
it
would
like,
dial
is that like the
to
new
use a
1-800,
telephone
or is that
exchange.
833 just a California exchange? I've
No,
never heard of it.
it's a toll-free exchange.
Who pays for that? You?
I do, yeah.
I'm in. Fucking look at you keeping all the good ideas to yourself. You're worried, man. You're worried that I'm like Roebuck and you're Sears.
I
You
hear
see how it
footsteps.
worked out for both of those fuckers.
I got a lot of empty stores right now.
That's right. Roebuck, nobody remembers him.
Hey there, boys and girls. It's Ralph Garman here. Listen, if you like Hollywood Babble-On, I think there's an excellent chance that you would like The Ralph Report, my daily podcast, Monday through Friday. Not to mention, if you sign up now as a 4-star general supporter to The Ralph Report, you get full access to the entire back catalog of Hollywood Babble-On. A decade of Hollywood Babble-On at your fingertips for being a 4-star supporter of The Ralph Report. Want to sign up? You can find The Ralph Report on Patreon.com. Just go to www.patreon.com/The Ralph Report and sign up today.
People write in and they send us names of towns they've found, actual towns that have fucked up names. And we didn't bother to ever come up with a name for this segment, so we simply call it, Your Town's Got a Fucked Up Name.
Your town's got a fucked up, your town's got a fucked up, your town's got a fucked up name.
This one comes
it's
from...
it's kicking in like riding a bike.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel it.
All right.
TJ in Chicago sent this in. This is an actual town he ran across in... There's a bug on
Did
me.
you see that fucking bug? Just like kamikaze, fuck you! And then didn't even make your hand. It looked like he was trying to smash your fucking wrist, went short, and then was like, oh, fuck, and took off.
That's a big jumping-ass bug.
He was like, I worked my whole life for that moment, and I ruined it.
TJ sent this in. This is a little community in Metcalfe County, Kentucky, and they've even got merch, by the way. Here's the name of that town. Knoblick. Knoblick, Kentucky. The T-shirt reads, My story starts in Knoblick.
I mean, that's cute, but...
Don't all of our stories start with someone licking someone's knob, really, at the end of the day?
I mean, I think we can come up with a better tagline. Knoblick. It's what half of you want, and the other half don't. I guess that's not a good fucking...
I think maybe they're better off with keeping what they got.
Knoblick. How good are you at it? That would be the slogan I'd put on.
That's
on the license plates. Knoblick. How good are you at it?
Keep saying it. Maybe it'll
catch on.
Catch on.
The people are like, stop trying to make that one happen. Do you have a better pitch?
Knoblick?
Yeah.
Better.
Knoblick. Don't bite.
Well, that's good.
Thank you. See, we'll get there. We were workshopping it. You know, go ahead. Now you go.
Come for the knoblick. Stay for the ass lick.
Can't fucking put that on a license plate or a postcard. It's got to be vaguely dirty, not fucking directly dirty.
How about
where it's like knoblick, where we eat your asshole whole.
I tossed my salad in knoblick.
Yeah, but people could that'd be confusing for
be,
people.
yeah.
They're like, wait, knoblick,
front or back?
You're talking about eating? Yeah,
Pick a
a
side.
lane.
We also feature from time to time.
Knoblick, we swallow. There you go.
There we go.
It took us a minute, but we got there. Not really an important part of the process, though.
No, not really. No. It's more about the town's name.
So really, it should be like
Being
knoblick.
silly.
We don't swallow, but what the fuck? We do it. Just because we spit it out doesn't mean we love you. That's what I hear all the time. It's a little revealing, I guess. Thank God she didn't come tonight. Lord knows I won't.
But, I mean, knoblick, if you were smart, you would open up another town right next door called Knobsuck, and then that's where everybody would want to be. Because lick, it's fine, but a suck.
Look at you. You're like, I want more.
I want to compete.
You're like, I want to move to fucking knob 2 fingers up my ass while somebody jacks me, but not too hard, real light, and I go at my pace, and I need someone else working my nipples. It's a very long town name. Put that on an envelope.
All righty. Also, we take a look here on the show at toys. Things are supposed to be fun for kids. Boys and girls are supposed to enjoy them. But upon closer examination, we realize these are inappropriate toys.
Not appropriate for girls, not appropriate for boys. What the fuck is that? Inappropriate toys.
It just occurred to me that we're here in this particular venue. You know, when you go play at the Improv, you can't necessarily say we were the dirtiest people ever did the Improv, because there are a lot of fucking dirty comics out there.
Mm-hmm.
But tonight, we have the chance to make history. We could say things that have probably never been said on this particular, if any, drive-in screen.
Yes.
Cum guzzler. Like, nobody puts that in a movie. See what I'm saying? You do one.
Do a dirty thing?
Yeah,
Just
say
a dirty
something that
thing?
you don't think has ever been said on the drive-in screen.
Anal fisting.
No, man, they fucking said that in Muppets Take Manhattan.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Hi-ho, I've got a fist up my ass.
They didn't say
Fuzzy?
it, but it was happening the whole fucking movie.
Waka waka.
That's it? That's the best you got?
It's pretty dirty.
I mean, the act, maybe, but saying it, no, that's common. They say that on TV now. On CSI, they're like, how do they die? Anal fisting. And they actually do this.
Do they really?
No, I don't watch CSI.
Is that one of those when Tina Caruso takes his glasses off?
It's just
Well, it looks like this fist where when the sun don't shine.
yeah!
This first toy comes from Greg in Chicago. We don't need this. Can we show the video of what this little toy is for kids? This is a toy where there's a guy farting and he blows bubbles out of his asshole. We don't need that.
I do want that.
No,
we don't
you
need
don't.
it, but why not have it?
Because why? What's wrong with wholesome bubble blowing? You need a guy blowing farts out of his ass.
What kind of fucking skill test is this?
Come on, Mr.
Fucking,
Fantastic.
what am I supposed to move it with my Jedi mind and shit? Never mind.
And
Half-assed is just as good as full-assed, I guess.
the makers of this toy, one of their selling points is their realistic details. And if you zoom in on the toy's asshole,
Oh, now this is.
I don't even know we need the sphincter. We don't need the actual
shit.
sphincter, do we?
Why not, man? Let kids learn while they're young.
I think they know that they have assholes.
I know, but that's a kid's favorite part of the body. When you're young, you're always like the butthole, poop, farts. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Lean into it, man. You put that on a shelf, kid walking by, no kid's gonna pass that up.
Let's be
You
better.
think fucking Furbies and Cabbage Patch Dolls and Elmo got tickled? Holy shit. You put that on the shelf at like the right height for a 4 or 5-year-old, and they're looking into that asshole right on the box. They're like, ah. You're buying it as a parent.
I'm not buying it. Nor am I buying this toy. Hasbro got in trouble. You may have seen this in the news with their Trolls doll. Have you seen this? They put a button on the bottom of the troll doll. Who's the main troll? Anybody know the one that Anna Kendrick voices in that movie? Poppy, I think. Thank you. Yes,
Holy
Poppy.
shit.
Here's
Couldn't-
Anna,
you couldn't
Anna Kendrick's
accomplish-
here tonight.
Couldn't accomplish that with a horn either.
No, you couldn't.
Like, what's the troll's name? I guess if you did Morse code.
Yeah, Poppy has a button that when she sits down, she's supposed to laugh. And there was a mother who discovered this button on her troll doll that she bought for her daughter and lost her fucking mind and got a petition with 300,000 signatures on it to get the toy removed from shelves everywhere. And Hasbro buckled and did that.
Where was the button?
Well, let's take a look. You see if whether it was inappropriate or not. I think we have some video.
But down here is a button right here on her privates. And if you push those, she makes these sounds.
Yeah,
Like a gasping sound.
gasping sound.
They saved 2020.
Hasbro buckled and pulled this toy off of all the shelves.
Are you serious?
And apologized, saying this feature was meant to react when the doll was seated, but we recognize the placement of the sensor may have been perceived as inappropriate. The woman accused Hasbro of grooming and normalizing child abuse with the toy.
The fuck?
Yes. This is another.
This is a funny story about, like, look, it's got a clit and it shouldn't. Not fucking, this is how the monster is grown,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen.
Poppy doesn't have a vagina, to the best of my knowledge.
Oh, my God.
So, but what?
How much do they go for on aftermarket at this point?
Yeah, really. What do you get for eBay, probably, right?
And maybe you get one that's like, this button's bigger than the others. Just hot. See?
And lastly, Christian from Sydney.
They're trolls. They're not children. They're fucking ageless trolls, aren't they? Like
they're juvenile.
fucking hundreds? No, aren't they like 100 years old?
I don't know, but they look young. Too young.
I don't watch that.
Too young. Christian from Sydney, Australia sent this one, another case of a problem. Someone bought something and got more than they expected. Tony Alamos there in Queensland, Australia. She brought the Frozen 2 secret diary for her daughter.
Ooh, so did I.
And apparently there was a bit of a mix-up when they were putting the diary together. One of the pages didn't really feature anything Frozen related. It was related to something else. Here's another piece of video.
So just to be aware, we got this for our daughter's birthday. Got Sketty on it. And this is on it. Like
anal beads.
Yeah.
So anyone who has the Elsa diary.
Benoit balls.
Yeah, the first page of the diary features a list of sex positions and sex toys, and you're supposed to check them off as you go through them all.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. Do we got that picture of that list up there?
That's like a bucket list.
Anal, kneeling head, Benoit balls, anal beads.
I mean, look, I'm sad for Disney.
Collect them all.
But how hot was it hearing an Australian say anal beads?
Anal beads.
Right?
That's not a cock. This is a cock.
Anal beads.
Anal beads. You know, I'm
one horn for anal beads.
Where's my laugh
Nobody
track?
else joined in for that one. There was one person that was just like, yeah, I use them.
Exactly. Yes. I'm confused by Japan. We've covered this before. I don't understand what they find entertaining about the things that entertain them, the foods that they eat. The whole thing is a mystery to me. So we have a segment where we ask respectfully each and every episode, what the fuck, Japan?
What the fuck, Japan? What the fuck, Japan?
This week's What the Fuck Japan comes from Joel Allen in Culver City, California. New taste treat there in Japan, new dessert treat called the Calorie Monster.
Oh.
It is a ice cream bar, but it's not your normal ice cream bar. It is a white chocolate at the base.
I'm not a real fan of white chocolate.
I'm not either. It's wrapped around the stick. It's kind of like a hard chocolate center. And then on the outside of it is mayonnaise ice cream.
Is that normal?
No. No. That's why I'm saying what the fuck,
maybe
Japan?
it was like one of those things that happened over the quarantine where people are like, I ran out of fucking the proper ingredients, so I made some ice cream with mayonnaise, and it's a thing now.
No, this is their new flavor, the mayonnaise ice cream white chocolate bar. They said it comes in a package that looks just like a mayonnaise dispenser. So there's like that, and then
it would have to come packaged in a barf bag because the fucking mayonnaise ice cream, just making me feel nauseous. If that's gonna keep me fucking fasting for another 2 days, just the thought.
Next time you're hungry, think about chowing down some mayonnaise ice cream.
Oh my god!
Let's see the cross section of that bar. Can we? All the yellow right there. That's the mayonnaise ice cream there, wrapped around the white chocolate.
Oof.
So seriously, what the fuck, Japan? There are other things to eat.
But I'll be honest. Well, I mean, I wonder. Well, if it's mayonnaise, it can't be vegan, right?
Right. Yeah, that's good.
No, I'll never.
You're
have to
safe.
try it.
You never have to eat it. Now it's time for us to
If I get there and it happens where somebody's like, "You want some of this shit?" I could be like, respectfully, I'm vegan,
and then bow deeply.
Enjoy your fucked up ice cream.
No, don't say that.
No.
It's time for us now to say goodbye to some people in show business who left behind careers that we'll all enjoy for many years to come. Left us too soon. They are called the Tinseltown Stiffs.
And now another edition of Tinseltown Stiffs. They will be missed.
Just one stiff this week. But
I almost did the tear with my hand, and I'm like, no, I do it with the mic.
Yeah.
But I just rolled the mic down my face.
But are these our mics?
Yeah, and plus it's not like we followed somebody.
Right, exactly.
And it's not like the person we followed was up there coughing, and I'm like, geez, maybe I don't want to use that mic, but we did anyway. It's all safe.
It's all safe.
I'm sure somebody rubbed these down with something.
I'm sure they did. Mayonnaise ice cream, probably.
Oh my God, I can smell it.
This is a sad one. I like this actor, very talented. 72 years old. Ben Cross passed away.
Oh my Lord, man, from Chariots of Fire.
Yes, he was Harold Abrahams in that film. Bum 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 bum.
He ran real slow to run real fast.
Exactly. Yes, he played true life Olympic athlete, British Olympic athlete Harold Abrahams, and he was that's made him a star. That film. He was in a lot of other good films as well. A Bridge Too Far. He played Sarek, Spock's father, in the J.J. Abrams reboot of Star Trek.
That's right.
If you may remember. I remember as Prince Malagant from First Night. Do you remember that movie with Sean Connery and Richard Gere about Camelot?
Yeah, who was Guinevere? It was Catherine Zeta-Jones? No.
No, it was, fuck me.
Oh, I remember her. She
No,
was
don't
in,
actually
She was
fuck
in a
me.
lot of movies.
No, she was also in that Brad Pitt horse movie. Not Troy, no. Josh. Oh, but there is
what
a Trojan
great
horse.
guess,
There is
man.
a Trojan
That is
horse. There is a horse
Brad
in
Pitt
that
horse movie.
No, River Runs Through It. Wasn't that it?
That's a
British-
Brad Pitt fishing movie.
Doesn't
I would
he ride,
never think of that as a Brad
Does he
Pitt
ride
horse
horses
movie.
in that?
I mean, he fishes. The identifying fucking factor of that movie is a river runs
I remember
through it.
him being on a
Not
horse.
We ride through the river on horses.
I remember. Julia Ormond.
She was the Guinevere.
She was Guinevere in that film.
Wow.
Yes. I just got a honk of approval, so I think I'm right.
And fucking well done, man. Like fucking as old as you may think you are, to be able to pull that.
Razor sharp. I
Right?
still got
That's
it.
crucial
Yeah.
information,
The body's
man.
falling apart, but the brain is still right there.
It's awesome, man. We can put your brain in a jar like Monsieur Mala on the brain and
Just
shit.
download me into a computer.
I'll carry you around like a giant gorilla.
Here's a little scene from that film, First Night. This is the late Ben Cross going up against Sean Connery as King Arthur. Please enjoy.
Your fine words are talking you out of peace and into war.
There's a peace that's only to be found on the other side of war.
Peace.
If that battle must come, I will fight it.
And I. And I. And I.
The great Arthur and his great dream. No dream lasts forever.
Peace.
Peace.
I will fight for peace.
So funny, like that's like, and now we salute the man's last work with this clip, and when we come out of the clip, we're like Sean Connery, right?
That's Sean Connery. Can't take your eyes off him. Who was the other guy in that scene? I forget. But peace. I will fight for peace.
Ben Cross is like, I'm about to enter my eternal reward in paradise, but just because I didn't mispronounce peace,
Peace.
I won't be spoken about at my eulogy on Hollywood Babble-On.
You know, Sean turns 90 tomorrow.
Peace.
Yes,
that's an
indeed.
old peace.
Yes.
90.
90 years old.
Still doing it.
I can still fuck the lights out of a girl.
What about a guy?
A guy, whatever you have. At 90, I can't be picky. Just lift my kilt and go at it.
I haven't seen you in a. I haven't seen you in a minute in movies, sir. Sean.
I've retired from films.
Yes.
Largely because I keep shitting myself.
Is that what it is?
Yes. It's hard to be on the shet. When you're shitting on the shet. I love you too. Thanks so much for walking by and making it weird.
At age 90, Sir Sean, do
Yes.
you find yourself more shaken or stirred?
I find myself more constipated than either of those. Sometimes you have to shake me and then stir me to get me to poop.
Wow. Well, that sounds like...
Is that the end of the interview?
Sounds like, I was going to say, sounds like you've got a pair of Thunderballs, but he wasn't in that one, was he?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, he was?
Yes.
Which one was he? I mean, you were in that one.
I was in Thunderball, yes. I wasn't in Octopussy.
Well, but what was the other one of George Lazenby? Was it Majesty's
On Her
Secret
Majesty's Secret Service.
How awesome. Like, I want to call you from now on when I don't remember shit, and instead of going to, fucking Google or IMDb, I'm just going to call you and be like,
Shut up, Sean.
do it in Sean Connery's voice.
Yes, I can give you any answer you want, except math.
Be
Math
weird.
is hard.
It'd be weird if, like, I kept calling and you were like, oh, that's, like, Kev's got this weird quirk. Like, how long before you were like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want you to call me and ask me, call me Sir Sean Connery and ask me to tell you things you could look up on Google.
I'm tired of it now. We also like to take a look at movies and TV shows' blunders, goofs, gaffes, mistakes, things they think you won't notice because they have no respect for you, the audience. No, but we do notice, and we call them out on it in this segment called Shit That Should Not Be.
And now for shit we should not see. Here's some shit that should not be.
Today's Shit That Should Not Be comes from C Menu. It comes from the classic film Groundhog Day. That's not COVID safe anymore, man.
Oh my God,
wiping COVID all over me. That's the one you had in your mouth. That's less safe. Great. Now I'm working with Stan Laurel. Classic movie Groundhog Day. Hey, Kevin, you're a filmmaker.
I feel like a Bond villain with this on.
Or a proctologist.
Dr. Strangelove. What was the question?
You're a filmmaker. It wasn't a question. It was a statement.
Sometimes.
Sometimes it's a question.
And it also depends who you ask. A lot
Yes.
of people will be like, fuck no. But some people are like, he's made a film.
Explain to people when you're shooting a crowd scene and the crowd is supposed to be applauding, what do you tell the extras to do in those moments?
Generally speaking, you want the cleanest sound possible, Ralph. So if you're doing a crowd scene
Yes.
and you're actually looking at the crowd and you don't have one of your principal performers speaking on camera, if it's just a crowd scene shot, I would say, give me full applause. If they were in a shot with somebody in the foreground who's speaking like a main character, then sometimes you ask them to do this.
Fake claps. Yeah.
The fake clap.
And hopefully you're shooting from an angle which won't expose that to the
You want to
the
hide
audience.
that the same way you want to shoot in an angle to hide a punch, because you don't really punch people in movies unless you're method like Jared Leto or something like that. But generally
Right.
speaking, you pretend, so you shoot it from an angle. So same thing here.
And then usually the sound editor will go in and he'll lay down some.
I like this. I feel like I'm being interviewed as a filmmaker. I'm like, yeah, these are all things that I know.
And he'll lay down some applause sound over those extras to make it appear as if they're actually clapping.
Yeah, the sound mixer will bring it all together and layer in. Even if they recorded everyone clapping in the room, they're probably going to sweeten it in the sound mix with other applause.
So if they didn't use that sound,
I feel like I'm being set up for something.
and you're shooting people applauding
Yes.
straight on,
Yes.
might it look like shit that should not be? Like they were forming like magical snowballs?
Could.
Yeah. Well,
Could.
let's take a look at this scene from Groundhog Day.
Snowballs.
Watch the people to the left of Bill Murray
My student.
as he comes off stage.
I'm so proud.
Thank you.
I'm so proud.
Those poor people.
Those poor people.
They got set up, man. They got set up.
We have guest stars like on the show. That's another thing that never happens at the Improv. We never have people walk behind us.
No, we usually don't. No.
But the whole audience is behind us.
Exactly.
So fucking strange, right?
That's right. And then, of course, we also like to talk about acting on the show because not every performance is a home run. Sometimes it's a bunt. Sometimes it's a fastball to the nuts. And we have found that sometimes really bad acting can go all the way around to become exquisite acting.
To be or not to be? That is the question.
Welcome to the world of exquisite acting with Ralph Garman and Kevin Smith.
That was awesome.
That was.
But also, I farted with you instead of my move.
See?
I've forgotten.
10 years later, you're still making it fresh. I like that.
Yeah, well, by stealing somebody else's shit.
That's right. This exquisite actor this week is John Travolta from his tour de force performance in a film called The Fanatic. Are you familiar with this film?
Came out not too long ago, directed by Fred Durst, I believe.
Yes, Fred Durst, lead frontman for Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
Also a filmmaker. Is there nothing this man can do? The film did not turn out well, But the worst part of it was John Travolta's performance, according to some. Keep in mind, it also made about $3,000 at the box office. It was famously not a success.
As a guy who made yoga hosers, I have no comment.
Well, fair enough. John Travolta plays a super fan of an actor who is apparently mentally, let's say, not all there.
Right.
So required Travolta to play someone who had learning disabilities, developmentally disabled. Not quite very convincing. In this particular scene we're about to show you, which is exquisite, he threatens his friend with a hideous death, and you got to see it for yourself.
Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone. Fucking pussy. You don't have the balls to get what you want. All right, I got an amazing business opportunity here staring you right in the face. You know that? Yeah, I'm done playing nice. All right, you're gonna help me make some fucking cash, bitch. I wish Freddy Krueger would come and chop off your head, and it would roll in the street, and a truck would squish it, and the blood would splatter everywhere, and everyone would watch it.
Yeah, right?
How did this movie not win awards?
Oh, I think it won some Razzies.
Do you think that was ad-libbed?
Oh, no. That
was scripted?
That kind of quality doesn't just come off the top of someone's head. That has to be crafted.
Wow, man.
I wish Freddy Krueger would cut your head off and shit down your throat and then pull your eyes out and then put them on barbecue tongs and then roast them, then feed them to your head that had been ripped off.
I defy you to Ralph is about to make a movie with Josh.
Yes, Josh has cast
Dr.
me.
Josh Roush.
Big ass role.
Is directing
Some
a movie.
people give me large roles in their films.
Whatever the fuck. Yeah. He this is my suggestion.
That's the character
performance
right
the whole
there?
time. The whole time.
I want to ask you some questions.
I like it. Let's go. It's a choice. I think it's really going to make me pop.
As a guy who's got money in the movie, that's what I want. The producer says,
or else the money's gone.
Yeah, so it walks.
Oh, too bad. All right.
Compromise.
Well, what do you say we talk about some news in the entertainment world? How about that?
I'm about ready for this.
You ready for that?
I'm ready. I'm ready to learn some shit. You ready for some news, kids?
All right. It's time for a little segment we call the HBO Headlines.
Give me head, give me head, give me headlines, and give me head.
Well, here's some good news. Lori Loughlin's going to jail.
Aunt Becky?
Aunt Becky.
With the good hair?
From Full House to the Big House.
Whoa, fuck.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Go home.
You're very
Go
kind.
home.
You're
Pun of
very
the night.
kind.
Pun
Thank
of the
you
night.
so much.
Probably stolen from Network News.
How dare you, sir?
Yeah, what happened?
2 months. She got sentenced to 2 months.
How much money? That bug is back.
He's back. Now he's after you.
Yeah, he's just he's fucking trying to intimidate me. Look at him looking at me like, go ahead, try to do your show now. You can't because you're terrified of bugs.
Oh, that's
he's
ugly.
turning around.
Yeah.
Fuck off. I don't want to kill you, and don't fucking hurt it. He's gone. The drama of an outdoor show. Nature.
Don't fucking hurt him. What are you, a Buddhist?
Yeah, I don't fucking hurt bugs. If I can't make it, I don't kill it. It's that simple. Anyway, back to your fucking story.
Lori Loughlin is going to jail. That's all I care about.
How much money did they spend fighting this, and eventually they just went to jail anyway, just like...
Well, they were going to fight it all the way, and then they realized that they could do serious time if they didn't cop a plea and make some kind of deal with the prosecutors. That's what it came down to.
So they still spent money?
Yes.
They just didn't spend as much as
On
they could've
top of the
spent.
$500,000 they paid the guy to try to get their two Instagram influencer daughters into USC.
That's how much it was, $500,000?
Yes.
No wonder there's a business around this shit. I'm so glad my kid didn't go to college.
Saved you so much money.
I know, right? I wouldn't have to bribe some stranger and wind up in fucking jail with Lori Loughlin.
Loughlin, yeah. She's doing 2 months, then 2 years of supervised release, 100 hours of community service, a $150,000 fine. Her husband, Massimo Giannulli.
He does jeans, right?
He's a clothing designer, yeah. He got 5 months.
Massimo.
So sadly, they did not get the death penalty, which was what I was holding out for. But
Was that even on the table?
it wasn't, but it But a lot of people were with me that we should have put it on the table.
That is a real, like, kind of eat the rich sentiment right there.
It is. The judge, by the way, said, "You've lived a fairy tale life, and yet you stand before me a convicted felon. For what? For the inexplicable desire to grab for more."
Who did she say this to?
The judge said this to her.
The judge is a man or a woman?
Was Nathaniel Gorton.
I assumed it was a lady. All right, so the judge, he said this to both of them?
Called her out. This was her
just Lori?
sentencing. Her sentencing, yeah.
And said, you've led a fairy tale life?
Yeah, she was a TV star. She had all the money in the world. Her husband's a multi-millionaire clothing designer. They had everything, yet she still had to cheat to try to get her daughters into the school.
Well put, man. You should do the closing argument.
I mean, there's people who really wanted to be at USC, and those spots were taken by these two rich kids because they cheated. It's not right.
Justice has been served.
That's why I say
Look at that.
Death.
Proletariat is
Death.
with you on that one.
That's what I'm saying.
Let them eat cake. No, that's what they'd say about us, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I forgot history.
Lori said via Zoom, she wasn't even in the courtroom. She was Zooming it.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Who's Zooming who? She doesn't even have to go and make the
COVID,
appearance?
I think they gave her some slack.
I know, but still, if you're convicting somebody, they should show up. Because, like, if you think these germs are bad, wait till you get in the big house.
I thought I was acting out of love for my children, she said, but in reality, I only undermined and diminished my daughter's accomplishments. Again,
which were
they're influencers, so that's what they've accomplished.
Wow, look at her falling on the mom's sword, going like, my kids were so cool until I did this.
Right, I've ruined their lives.
I mean, I hate to be this person, but she did make them in the first place, and
yes,
it looks like they lived very nice lives
until
this particular moment in time.
Yeah, and the kids didn't even want to go to college.
That's the great irony of this whole thing. Do you think they're tight, or they're estranged at this point, or
I don't know. The attorney for Lori Loughlin said that she has lost so much because of all this. She's been hounded by paparazzi. She even lost a cosmetic endorsements deal because of this. So you have to feel for her.
I know she lost a few Hallmark movies.
Yes.
She had like a Hallmark thing going on.
Yes. So good. Not enough. Didn't lose enough, in my opinion. Take a limb. See how that works out.
Do you think if they were just like, look, well, you can go to jail, how long is it?
She's doing 2 months.
You do 2 months, or we'll take a pinky toe? Your call. Would that be enough blood for you?
Nope. I want her to lose enough toes that she's off balance and falls a lot.
You should be a fucking judge. That's a good punishment.
Right? She should be unsteady for the rest of her
You're
life.
Like, hobble her.
That's right. The next reunion,
Judge
Full
Ralph
House.
Garman just fucking took a foot off Lori Loughlin. Full House, not my ass. Not even a full foot.
Congratulations. Oh, they like that one.
I like that. Thank you.
Congratulations to BTS.
The band.
Yes, they
Not
are.
the concept of behind the scenes.
No,
That's what I thought you were talking about.
No, BTS is a band,
Of
Kevin.
course I know that. I'm not an old man, Ralph. I'm only 50.
Dynamite is their new single. Did you know that?
Sure is. One of my favorite words in the world.
You know, it's their first entirely English song. It's the first song they've ever recorded entirely in English.
Oh, get out of here, right on.
And it's a smash hit, so much so that it shattered the old record for most views in 24 hours when it went live on YouTube, the video for that song.
Who previously held this record?
It does not say here. I do.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, it does. Previous record holder, Blackpink, with How Do You Like That?
I mean, I don't even know who the previous record holder was.
You don't know Blackpink?
No.
You know Blue Gray?
No.
Red Sienna?
No.
No. I don't know. I don't
Black
know
and
either.
Yellow,
I
Black and
don't
Yellow,
really
Black
know
and Yellow.
BTS either. I saw a little of the video, and they look like a lovely group of young lesbians, and I hope that they're very successful. They are.
You're gonna get us killed.
They're adorable.
No, man.
And I am
Shut up.
very
we love
pro
BTS, and
I'm
we don't
very
want
pro
those BTS kids coming after us.
LGBTQ. And I think it's great that Korean lesbians can get together and they can make their own music and they can
To the
really
entire BTS
really,
army, I apologize on behalf
they're
of my friend.
stepping
He
out.
doesn't know
and
what he's doing right
that's,
now.
I think really exciting.
They'll
and
take you down, dude.
but don't take my word for it. Here's a little piece of the video. Here's their new smash hit single, Dynamite.
Here we go.
Look at her. She's adorable. Oh. Yeah, it does. She's my favorite.
Bring a friend, join the crowd. Right on, man.
Yeah,
Good
there
for
you
them.
go. Good for them.
So wait, it's American YouTube or world? Is YouTube the same all over the place?
It's an excellent question. I believe it is. Did
And
I tell you how many views they got,
No,
by the
tell
way?
me.
Yeah. In 24 hours, they had 98.3 million views.
So almost wow.
Just shy of 100 million views in 24 hours.
Wow.
Which is ridiculous. So congratulations, ladies.
If they ran
well
for
done.
president, they would win in a landslide.
I agree. Hey, Rachel Weisz, one of my favorites.
Rachel Weisz, Rachel Weisz. Oh, that's your song. Go.
Rachel Weisz, Rachel Weisz, every morning you greet me, soft and white, clean and bright. You look happy to eat me.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry. Fantasy. You know, she's married to Daniel Craig.
Is she now?
Yes.
That's right.
That's a lovely couple. I'd pay cash money to watch them fuck.
Pretty. I mean, well, movie industry's collapsing. You could get that.
Maybe.
You know,
they become cam girls or something.
totally.
Yeah.
OnlyFans account.
Cam couples.
Rachel Weisz is like, watch me fuck James Bond.
She's doing her first TV role, and I'm super excited about this. And it's a reboot, and usually I hate those, but this sounds good.
Okay.
It's a TV series version of Dead Ringers. Do you remember
Cronenberg's
the
movie.
Cronenberg film?
So is she playing?
The Jeremy Irons role.
Oh, she's the twin gynecologist.
She's playing twin gynecologists, but this whole thing has been put on its head. So it's a woman's point of view regarding women's health issues and also the deep, dark, weird side of the Cronenberg story. But I think this is one of those instances where switching the gender of the characters really actually buys you a brand new story. You got
And she's a wonderful actress.
She's
is
terrific.
Cronenberg doing it or no?
I don't believe he's involved. I think this is an adaptation that is just being done without him.
You know, I never in a million years did I ever imagine somebody would be like Dead Ringers, the series. But I
Right?
guess it could totally fucking work.
Amazon, apparently. That's where it's going.
Got
Amazon.
more folks behind us.
Oh. Hi, folks. How are you? Enjoy that caramel corn.
How about that? Fucking free caramel corn, man. Everyone give it up. Do you say caramel or caramel?
Caramel.
Caramel. That's what the ArcLight loves to hear, man. They love
Studio
our
audience
caramel
likes it as
corn.
well.
It's our fucking
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
Is it vegan? Somebody find out. Look, Liv's is on it.
Caramel, I believe it's just sugar and oh no, it might be butter. There might be butter in it.
No?
Yeah.
I ate a whole fucking tub.
I think there's butter in it. Yeah.
I'm glad I asked, though. Because on the way home, I might have fucking cracked it open.
I don't blame you.
But now I won't because I'm like, it ain't vegan. And I'll wait. I'm going to try to get to 72-hour fast. Finish 72 hours. Tomorrow at 6, it'll be 72 hours.
Would you go for like a couple months and see what happens? Would you push yourself?
I want to try
Not
a
even
week,
so easy.
like a week. Get to a week, and if I could do that, maybe 2 weeks. I saw like some fucking thing online where it said human beings can survive about like a month and a half without food. So I'm like, could I do it? And what the fuck would I look like at that point? I'd be like, "Ah!" I look like the fucking old lady in The Shining getting out of the tub. It's like, all drapey, fucking flabby skin.
Would that make you cranky not eating for that long?
Not if I had weed. And as long as I'm
Yeah, that's true. You got
preoccupied,
that.
like as long as there's something to do, I don't really think about eating. Like tonight, I'm not thinking about eating because we're doing Babble-On.
But when we're done here,
then I'm
gonna
gonna
start
fucking
thinking about
asshole
eating.
out of a raccoon because I'm hungry as fuck. I'm hungry, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah, I'd get too cranky if I don't eat. At least 12
You've been-
hours
you've
is
been
about as good as I
intermittent
get.
fasting, though.
Yeah, but around mid-afternoon when it's time to start thinking about eating, I'm fucking ready. I get very agitated easily.
Speaking of ready,
I'm like,
I wish Freddy Krueger would rip your head off and pop your eyes out.
I'm like that guy.
I don't know if they're applauding for that callback or for the weed. Either way, it's
Either
all
way,
fucking good.
Can't lose. It's the weed. There are some remakes, reboots, however, we don't need. And we put a little
Feel like underdog.
we put
After he fucking popped the pill.
we put a little disclaimer on that by saying no thanks, we already got one.
No thanks, we've already got one. We don't need another one. It's already been done.
Yes, the people who are bringing you the Scream reboot have just announced they are bringing a new nutty professor to the big screen. More
Oh my God. That's in the age of COVID. That is anger.
Yes.
Somebody who literally got out of their car
To scream no.
scream into the night sky, no!
Yes.
I wish I had a crane. We could have shot that. It's a very
Yeah.
dramatic ending to the episode right there.
Yeah, we don't need another Nutty Professor
Who's
movie.
doing it?
These are the people.
To be
Project
fair,
X
nobody
Entertainment.
thought we needed the second one, and it was wonderful.
Yeah, but you're dealing with the comic stylings of an Eddie Murphy, who's a unique comic talent. I'd be hard pressed to think of someone who could bring something new to that story. Are you going to do the same thing, where you're just going to dress him up into multiple?
Well, he wasn't fat in the first one.
No, he was
went
just
from
a nerd.
Goofy to like suave.
Right.
So in the second one or
went
the
from-
remake,
he
he
went from
became
fat to suave.
thin. So what
Yeah.
would you do now?
Oh boy,
Man to woman.
yeah, that would be interesting.
There was a movie years ago when we were kids called Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde about Dr. Jekyll, and he'd fucking turn into like a lady, his sister.
Huh.
But it was really him.
Yeah.
But it was hot. Even as a kid, I was like, oh my God.
I don't know. It always reminds me of those bad like body switch movies, like where Jimmy Smits turns into Ellen Barkin, or Rob Schneider turns into a woman, or
Well,
something.
but you picked the two worst choices. What about
Yeah,
like
but-
Freaky Friday, fucking Big,
Yeah.
fucking vice versa,
Yeah.
fucking. I guess that's it.
I don't need another Nutty Professor. I simply don't.
It would depend who's doing it, man. I could see it possibly working, but I didn't see that one coming. I mean, if they're going to reboot it, have Eddie Murphy do it again. He was amazing on that Christmas episode
do a
of fucking
third.
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, they did two, right? They did two Nutty
They
Professors.
did.
Bring
Nutty
them back.
Professors, Nutty Professor 2, The Clumps, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So yeah, why don't finish out the trilogy?
Right. There's so
And
much
everyone
story
loves,
left to be
like,
told.
Fucking returns and
Hercules.
Oh,
We need more of that.
he's fantastic.
So good.
Remember when he's like, when all slick and he's in the club and Dave Chappelle's doing the act and shit? He's like, it's your world, Reggie. No, he goes, it's your world, dog. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut. God, he's so charming and funny.
The opposite of that is Paris Hilton. She's in the news.
Hell of a segue.
She has announced that Kim
Somewhere,
Kardashian.
Paris Hilton driving by and fucking just
Tuning through the
her
radio.
radio and it's a random
Don't
hit.
go to 90.5.
It's like, oh my God, somebody doesn't like me.
That's not hot.
That's hot.
Kim Kardashian.
I'm on the radio. That's hot.
Kim Kardashian encouraged her to freeze her eggs.
And do what with them? For a delicious late night snack?
No, I believe to keep for a later
Is that a new
date.
thing? Is that a goop type thing?
Yes.
Eat your eggs.
Gwyneth Paltrow says, eat your own eggs.
Eat your eggs. I'm going to make a candle out of this egg. Came right out of a woman.
That's right. Then stuff a candelabra in your cooch and light it. No, so that she could have babies down the line. She's 39 years old, and she's very eager to have children, she has said now.
I'm sorry. Paris Hilton is almost 40?
Yes, indeed.
I guess that stands to reason. I'm 50 now. So
Everybody
yeah,
gets
everybody
older.
gets older. Wow. She'll just always be like a young kid in my head, but I guess she's about to hit 40.
She sounds like the perfect candidate to be a mother, by the way. She said, I'm desperate to have a mini-me, she called her child.
That's why I had a kid, man. I needed something, an accoutrement. I was tired of wearing pins, so I was like, maybe I'll carry a baby for a few years.
Well,
now I'm back to pins.
It gets better.
You know why? Pins don't shit. Don't cost nothing. You buy it once, that's it.
They don't talk back.
They don't talk back. They don't say, like, you could have done better with yoga hosers. They don't say shit like that.
Right. She said, I'm obsessed with dressing them up, she said about babies. That seems like a good reason to have a kid.
Yeah. And some people like that. Some people like to dress the kid. Like, that's the fun part.
No, that's the fun part of owning a Barbie doll. It's not what you should be doing when you have a child. And she said, I want twins because then you get a girl and a boy.
Each and every time? Is that true?
Apparently she thinks that's how twins
Wow,
work. She
fucking-
thinks you can just order
Had
them.
I known that, I would have had twins.
You just order them.
Then I could have had a matching set. Good for her.
Not good for her. Don't have any children.
She's got...
Stop that
Somebody has
genetic
to inherit,
line right there.
Somebody's got to inherit that fortune, Ralph.
Give it to charity. Take all the money and make her stop.
She has a documentary coming up, right? On
I'm
YouTube.
sure she does. It's called Up My Own Asshole. The Paris Hilton story.
Everyone would watch that if that was the title.
They would indeed.
Everyone.
And speaking of assholes, have you scheduled your colonoscopy yet? We've talked about that last time.
No.
Get on that.
No.
We're going to check out your colon.
I mean,
You're 50. You need to have your colon checked.
I want to get on.
You need
a colonoscopy.
Got to get your colon checked.
I mean, all right. Will you go with me? Hold my hand?
Absolutely. I'll do it. I'll do the colonoscopy.
Are you qualified?
No. I'm going to get one of those miner's helmets with the
You
light
know
on the
what?
top.
I'd rather have you do it than a real doctor because, you know, you don't know what fucking cancer looks like. So you'd be like, everything looks great in there. Stinky as always. You slap me on the ass, I'd be off in the world, man. Feeling good, walking around going, I don't have it. But then
the next thing you
cut
know,
to, what?
Your asshole falls out.
What do you mean he didn't know what he was going? Oh.
And speaking of assholes, Justin Bieber's in the news this week. Can you believe that?
Justin Bieber.
Here's your chance, kids. Get ready to lean on those horns.
You wanna know why? I'll tell you why. 'Cause you're a little cunt.
Every other movie at this drive-in hates us so much right now. They're like, I can't hear David Arquette.
We're going to have to cover the refunds. Yeah. I don't know if you know why we're doing this particular program this way tonight.
Vanity.
No.
Why?
There's a thing going on called COVID-19 that's problematic, especially in the Los Angeles area.
I hadn't been paying attention to the news.
It's
Yes,
true.
you're right.
2,000 Los Angeles residents have lost their lives so far. It's a big concern. And so LA is saying to everyone, don't gather together in large groups.
Run!
Close together. And that's why Haley and Justin Bieber on Sunday had a massive house party in their mansion.
The fuck, you went?
No, I didn't go. It was,
Did they really?
Yes.
Where's their mansion?
Star-studded event in Beverly Hills. Their $8.5 million
Beverly
mansion.
Hills, that's where I want to be. Living in Beverly Hills.
Gimme. Yeah, so they packed it with other equally douchey people, and there were no masks, no social distancing. Justin hugged everybody at the door as they came in. They did all the wrong fucking things, and that's the reason why we have to do this way, because assholes like him, see? I'm revving up my engine. Here comes
Get
the
your
train.
motor running, heavens. Is that the train coming?
I think so.
No, that was just
An engine?
Just a hot rod.
Here's a picture of the party, by the way. As you can see them hanging out together, just all shoulder to shoulder and just spewing stuff all over each other. And fuck him indeed.
Fuck him. Again, the courage it takes to get out of one's car at the drive-in and scream, fuck him into the night. That's, in 2020, that's American heroism right there. Doesn't mean I want everybody to do it, but fuck.
Amongst the guest list, Kendall and Kylie Jenner and Jaden Smith were in attendance.
Oh, my God. I wish I was there.
Come on, COVID, do your thing. It'd be nice just to take them out in one fell swoop.
I got to imagine they're like rich enough to have like tests of everybody coming through the gate, right? Those rapid tests or whatever.
Sure didn't look like it. People were just getting out of their vehicles and stepping right into the house. So
like, this is a test of who wants to have a good time. Wow.
Yeah.
And we all pass. We're all positive. Which is negative.
Right, that's bad, though.
Yeah, I should
Except in this case.
Yeah.
Party.
Scissorp.
There's a lot of geek news to talk about this week for sure.
Fucking sure there is.
Ralph and Kevin, Ralph and Kevin, Ralph and Kev. Geek news.
A lot of geek news coming out of the DC Fandom this weekend.
Fucking Fandom exploded, man.
Yeah.
I saw somebody wrote an article online. They were like, Fandom was boring. I'm like, are you fucking shitting
They did
me?
a great job with it.
I thought they did a great job. B, they dropped like 3 massive movie trailers. The video game stuff, like all of it was, I thought it was a triumph. I sat there going like, they're going to do this. What do you think that is?
DC coming to get us?
I was like, thinking they taking shots at us?
Some
'Cause
sort of-
they missed as wide as the bug did.
Some sort of infringement lawsuit?
Do you think are we near Disney? No, that's the other way.
Are we near Disney?
I don't quite have California figured out yet. I've been living here 18 years. I know like where Hollywood is. but-
Yeah. We're not there either.
No.
This is City of Industry.
So they're just blowing off fireworks. Maybe for us. Maybe for our tenure.
Maybe.
As long as they don't aim them at our backs, I'm totally cool with that.
That's right. You're right. They dropped some amazing footage, and everyone's talking about the
Fandom is huge. They'll do it every year now. What a great event. They don't need Comic-Con.
They really don't.
And think
And
about it.
everybody can go.
And they could do it in the real world next time.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they can do their own event someplace. The way that Disney does D23, this is like DC 23, man. They could pick a place and people would fucking go to it and they'd buy tickets for it too, just like they do for like D23.
Yeah.
So they could, this thing is like, they spent what they were going to spend on their Comic-Con marketing budget, since there was no Comic-Con marketing budget, to throw this DC fandom, and they've established this thing now. Now they could turn it into a moneymaker, man. Not just like, you know, hey, here's a profile of all the stuff that's coming out. They could actually fucking turn a profit off it. That's ingenious.
Yeah.
They're build their own boat and they're sailing away from Comic-Con. What do you think this means for Comic-Con?
I can't imagine they're pleased, considering their Comic-Con, their virtual con, struggled and they had some issues with it, and DC seems to know how to do it.
I wonder if the folks, though, at Comic-Con International would be okay with, like, if less people came. Because it's always the problem every year. They're like, we got 200,000 people. We don't know where we put them. So if a bunch of people start siphoning off to go to, like, DC fandom in the real world when we can all fucking gather again, and the Comic-Con crowd came down, do you think Comic-Con International would even care? They'd be like, whew.
Well, if you start boutiquing that world, what stops Marvel from doing MarvelCon?
I want that.
Yeah, but then what is left for
Comic
Comic-Con?
books. Like, people will go back to Comic-Con for comic books.
Like they still make comic books, Kevin.
Good point. Good point. I'm dreaming of an older day.
Yes.
Long boxes of old books. You go hunting for old books.
In the basement
When
of the
I
one
started
hotel.
at the fucking San Diego Comic-Con, I'm sure the same is for you. What was the first year you ever went?
It was 80.
The fuck? Seriously?
87.
I was about to brag about 95. You went to the San Diego Comic-Con in 87?
Yeah.
What
I
was
moved
it
out
like?
here in 86, so I went the next year.
How big was it then?
It was small. It was just a few hotels, people strung together.
And why did you go? Because you're like, I've always heard about this
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. I'd always heard about it.
The fuck, man?
Yeah.
Look at you. Way earlier than me. I got more respect for you all of a sudden for no good reason.
For
other than-
driving 2 hours south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thanks.
That's even before Batman 89, man.
It was, yeah.
Look at you. What were they like? What was the big thing?
It was
in
comic books.
1987?
It was just mostly comic books, a big artist alley, and a lot of creators and stuff like that.
They had no idea what was coming.
They really didn't. This fandom thing, though, as Kevin mentioned, they dropped some major trailers, and I just wish we had like a movie screen to show some of these trailers on. That'd be great if we could do that.
I know it's a shame that we don't. Hey, wait a second, Ralph. We're at a drive-in.
How about the Batman with Robert Pattinson? Should we take a look at that together?
Yes.
Let's take a look.
Ooh, sound of that tape right there. Reminds me of Red State. Like with the everyone has probably watched this trailer already.
Yes.
What was your take on it?
It doesn't look like a big departure from what we've seen previously versions of Batman.
I disagree. I feel like this feels like the first time that in movies they have decided to do a quiet Batman story. Like in, cinematically, the Batman stories are always like, I'm rescuing this fucker from nuclear bombs, or fucking the Joker's trying to blow up a boat and shit. Here, this is just like there are a series of murders.
It's a detective story.
Yeah, like Greg Rucka Batman, or this is just a Batman they've never done before in movies. Like, I'm not even saying like the Dark Knight Detective, man, but like it's quiet. It looks inexpensive. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't look cheap, but this is not a $200 million movie, I don't think. It's a quiet story about investigation, which a lot of us who've read Batman over the years, as much as we love the gadgets and the fucking adventure and shit, this is kind of a cool aspect to bring up to the forefront. And this is just creepy. Making the Riddler, I know their whole thing is like these characters are not the characters you know, they're on their way to being those characters. Having the Riddler not wear like iconic green or anything like that, I'm okay with him just wrapping his head in a plastic bag. It's so fucked up. And this beating that he throws down, somebody on the internet was just like, this ain't so badass. It takes 10 punches to put that dude down. That dude ain't ever getting up, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, my God.
And his friends aren't going to start anything either.
What are your thoughts on Rob Pattinson?
It looks good.
Right?
He's got the chin, that's for sure.
Yeah, he does. He sells it. Wasn't it interesting to see scenes, though, where, like, Batman's in a room full of the police?
That's the one thing I did like was him having a conversation with Gordon about a clue. That was
and the
pretty
cops
cool.
seem to, like, respect him. And what about fucking using Nirvana to score the trailer? Pretty damn impressive.
Yeah. I think maybe stylistically it looks similar. The bat suit and everything. It's not it's not a big departure from that visually in terms of.
Don't get
what we're used
defensive.
to.
But
No,
yes,
I'm just saying.
I feel you.
Yeah, Butch is great.
But no, it feels like a take on the character that those of us familiar with comic books are now like, oh shit. Like I think when this hits the mainstream, there are going to be a lot of people being like, wow, like what a different Batman this is. And they're right for the movies, but like in comics, this is the Batman a lot of us
Story-wise,
are
it's more Batman than maybe we've seen before.
I like Matt Reeves, man. I thought he did wonderful.
No, he's a great
job with
filmmaker.
those Planet of the Apes movies. So I trust him implicitly. This looks wonderful, and I can't even believe we got like they only shot 25% of the movie, and still we got like a pretty decent trailer showing off a good chunk of what the story is about. Some people also, I've read a few articles online, are saying that that's not the complete story. Naturally, they've only shot 25%, but they are hypothesizing that the true enemy in Batman is Court of Owls.
Oh,
because remember they just popped up at the end of the new game that's coming in the future.
Right.
But the way they're talking about like the last line in the trailer is him saying like, you're connected to this in some way, and you'll see. And blah, blah,
Oh,
blah.
yeah.
There have been people online who are putting like number one. There are people on Reddit who took the riddle and figured it out already, because it's like coded like glyph style. So they decoded it, and it was what happens when
Drink
a liar,
your Ovaltine?
No, that's awesome. Yeah. What happens when a liar dies or something like that? And then the answer is he lies still. But how fucking nuts, like you're Matt Reeves and the other guy that wrote the screenplay.
Working your ass off.
Right? To be like, we got to come up with a fucking riddle
no one could solve
that no one's ever seen before in a movie and shit, and it's real serious and dark. Let's put it up there. We'll put it in the trailer. Nobody will figure it out. Less than 24 hours, Reddit, they were like, he lies still.
Fuck. I'm just glad they were able to ugly up Colin Farrell.
That was crazy.
Because there are no fat, ugly actors in Hollywood. So how could you find someone to play the Penguin? You got to take a beautiful man and make him look ugly.
That's acting.
That's acting.
I didn't even recognize him. Do you think he put on any weight or it's just prosthetics?
It looks like just prosthetics to me.
It's crazy, man. Yeah. It looks wonderful. I'm very excited for this Batman movie. I'm very excited for every Batman movie, but this one, very much so. Just because I'm like, look at them embracing a different version of the character. Just like. The guy who's going to invade. That looks like a Fincher movie. It looks like Batman : Zodiac.
It looks like Seven.
Yeah, Batman 7, which like I think it is technically.
The seventh Batman movie?
Yeah.
You happy your pal's going to be Batman again? Your little.
This was before they
buddy?
dropped that trailer. They announced that Batfleck returns for the Flash movie.
Yeah.
And this Flash movie is just sounding better and fucking better. Once they told us
They're
that
all
Michael
in.
Keaton was
They're all
coming
in.
back, I was like, fuck, that's amazing. Like, what could top that? Now they've told us that Ben is coming back. How long before we find out that, fucking Christian Bale comes back?
If he would, that'd be great.
I mean, if you've got Ben like said famously in the New York Times, he's like, I'm never going back to the character. Ben's coming back for the fun of it.
Yeah.
There's a world where Christian Bale, known for being a fun-loving guy, particularly on movie sets.
Oh, good for you! La-di-da-di-da! I'm not fucking working with you again! I don't think
That's
so.
him. Do Christian Bale having to be in a scene with Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck.
Michael, what are you doing? What are you fucking looking at?
I'm Batman.
No, I'm fucking Batman! Do I go around moving your lights, Michael? No, I don't think so. I don't see them working together.
Nice.
I'm just glad that they are going to change the costume, the Flash costume. Did you see the artwork they put up?
Yes, the one that he wore in Justice League was a little complex.
It was made of rubber bands and red Solo cups, I believe.
It looked like he fell off a roof at a frat party and fell into a tub of Solo
fell into
cups
some
and
beer
was
pong.
Like,
He fell into a beer pong title.
I'm fast. And they're like, look at him.
And the art they show of the new costume, let's take a look at that real quick. The Batman behind him
is Michael Keaton.
It's Michael Keaton.
Yes,
yeah.
that's some
which is either a tease or
it's
it's a dream come true.
That means we're also going to see the Tim Burton Batmobile again in action.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
So count on it. You're going to see
Michael Keaton Batman, he's wearing that outfit.
Do you think he puts on the outfit? Do you think Ben puts on the outfit? You think
Absolutely.
those guys just don't Bruce Wayne it up?
100%. And also, Ben needs to be Batman because, you know, they've got a connection. Like Barry Allen lost his mom, Bruce Wayne lost his mom.
Right.
So there's something there. Like I read the director talked about that, and I was like, that's smart, man, because that's true. Like, and also he was the one that brought him in Justice League.
Right.
Like he went and met with him. So I think
now
it's
we get
great.
4 hours of that to watch.
That's right, man. That was exciting too. We're not just getting the Snyder cut of the Justice League. We're getting the Snyder series.
Yes.
So 4 separate. I don't know if they're doing it in nights.
You can do either way. You can watch it in 4 installments, or there is a 4-hour version that you can watch in total.
I would just watch the 4-hour cut.
Me too, because I thought when I watched that movie, it just needs to be longer. That's what I thought.
That was
the only problem. The only shortcoming was just I can still feel my legs. Black Adam. You see that with the Rock, Dwayne the Rock Johnson?
I thought you were playing some like medieval game. Black Adam, you go at him.
You're it.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck?
No, Black Adam. They're going to have the Justice Society for the first time in a film.
On film. Well, we've had it on Stargirl, of course.
On the big screen.
Yeah, on the big screen, man. Black Adam. This was the, Fandom trailer that was the least.
Well, it wasn't really a trailer. It was more like a flip book.
It literally.
Just pictures with a soundtrack.
Sizzle reel, if you will.
Yeah.
But I'm on board. His cape looks a little long.
I think that was artistic license. I hope
it's a choice.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because it's like superhero from the neck down, The Rock.
Just Rock.
Oh, they're like, they're covering this face. I mean, they never did in the comics anyway, but still.
Hawkman, Dr. Fate, Cyclone, and Atom Smasher joining him in this.
Dr. Fate makes me very excited. I'm a huge Dr. Fate fan.
It's a great
that
costume.
Will be the first time for sure that the character's ever been depicted on the big screen. I don't know if they've done them on TV. Any of the CW shows? Is he in Stargirl?
Did a Legends? I think did a flashback to the Justice Society in the 40s. I think he may have been there, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be.
The Helmet of Naboo. We're going to see it all.
And
what
then
a great time to be alive, man.
And then we got the exciting news that Sinbad
said nobody in 2020. What a great time to be alive.
Sinbad's going to be in the new Shazam movie, so they just made everything come true. All my dreams have come true now.
Who do you think he's playing?
I'm guessing Sinbad. I'm guessing himself. I guess Shazam and Sinbad team up to bring down an evil comedy club owner.
Could be.
Thank you. I'm a villain.
That means he gets a job.
Oh, that's true. We don't want that.
It could be he's doing a voice. Could be he's Talkie Tiger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He'd be a funny voice for that.
Uncle Dudley.
Yes.
Yeah. And lastly, the thing that really got me excited was the Wonder Woman 84 trailer. How amazing.
Fantastic trailer. I love Patty Jenkins. She's wonderful. And I spoke to her, 2 years ago at Sundance. I was interviewing people for IMDb. And after we did an interview about whatever she was there for, I pulled her off to the side and stuff. And I was just like, what? You got it. I won't tell anyone. What do you go full cheetah? Like, does she get a tail? And she was just like, don't tell anybody. Yes. And I was like, oh. So when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh my God, she's fucking delivered,
cheetah.
Man. Yeah. It's really that I know it's when you look at that trailer versus the Batman trailer, like the Batman trailer is very grim, dark, and very realistic. It feels like, even though it's a guy dressed like that and doing those things. But the Wonder Woman trailer is like, look at this giant fucking satellite, which we're going to use to fucking wipe minds or whatever the fuck. And look at this lady turns into an animal. Like, it's over the top.
Yeah.
But she pulls it off, man. It looks fucking great.
And the stuff on Themyscira with the young Diana and all that stuff just blew me away. It looks terrific.
It looks great. Can't wait. When do we get to see it? It's coming out now?
October 2nd. They're shooting for October 2nd.
That's their dream.
But they said they're flexible, but Patty Jenkins said it's opening in theaters. So if it doesn't open in October, it'll open some other time. But
it just gets booted down the road.
It's going on the screen.
Shall we watch it?
Want to take a look at the trailer real quick?
Heavens, yes.
Here's Wonder Woman 84. They're happy.
This world is not yet ready for all that you will do. Your time will come, Diana.
Given Kristen Wiig
this role.
Genius.
Yeah, great call.
Initially, when I heard it, I was like, "Oh, I hope it's not going to be too jokey," but they're not playing that at all.
She's a really great actress,
She
man.
is.
Like, of course, she's able to do a zillion different characters on SNL, but like in The Martian, and even with the Skeleton Twins, like in Bridesmaids, she pulls off dramatic stuff like really well. So I thought it was what a great choice. Most people would go like, let's grab like Charlize Theron or somebody like that, known for their physicality as well. But going with Kristen really works for going with Kristen Wiig really works for the Barbara part of it. And then, the rest becomes like CG at a certain point.
Right.
So.
But that
she
arc
pulls
of
it
that
off.
character really benefits from having her be sort of mousy at the outset.
It's true. It's this looks like a way better version of, remember that Spider-Man movie where Jamie Foxx was like nerdy and then he became Electro?
Yeah.
I like her version of nerdy. It's not so much nerdy. She's just like, look, I'm fucking smart. Fuck you. I'm not a nerd. I got glasses.
And
not
I'm
that
jealous,
confident.
and you've had everything, and I got nothing.
I like that. She's like, I want to be an apex predator. But seeing her turn into Cheetah, dude, it's like you almost have the Legion of Doom at this point.
It's true.
Cheetah.
Black Manta has already been there.
The Black Man has been in the movie.
Joker, Luther.
Luther, Joker, Riddler is coming up in a movie and has been in movies.
Scarecrow
has been in the movie, absolutely. Sinestro has been in the movie.
Yeah.
You can literally do the Legion of Doom almost. You need a Solomon Grundy and a Giganta, and I think you're done. Isn't that crazy?
That's what's.
Look, you're doing the math in
I
your
am,
head. You're
yeah,
like,
like,
who is
yeah,
missing?
who's
I'm
missing?
looking at all the faces. I know this is like the third trailer or something like that. There've been two previous ones.
You know what? I'm ready to go.
Fanny pack.
The fanny pack is cute, but it's this line that I love.
Yeah.
Does everybody parachute now?
The line where he goes,
"Everybody can parachute now."
Yeah, does everyone parachute now? So adorable.
Take my money.
Give it up for the Wonder Woman 84 trailer.
Take my
ladies
money.
and gentlemen. Speaking of wondrous women, I got a friend in the audience. PJ, you out there? Beep your horn if you're out there.
She left.
I heard a distant horn. There it is. We're having a 10th anniversary. She just had a birthday 2 days ago on our actual anniversary, man.
On our working day.
Everyone, lay on your horns for PJ to say happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Beach.
Happy birthday, Peach. Red, you know Red. Hair and makeup Red?
Yes.
I didn't know if you knew her other name.
I didn't.
There it is.
Yeah. Hey, it's that time. We've already worked through the show. It's time to
it's over?
talk about our favorite Irish actor of all time.
But we have all this fucking caramel corn to give out. Wow, man. I hate to come to this moment.
I know. It's been so much fun tonight. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It's been amazing.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
How have you truly felt about the show? Because I know at first
I was
you were
very
like,
nervous, very
yes, you had misgivings.
trepidatious about doing it, and it was a pleasure. It was a joy.
Fucking A, man. Give it up for Ralph taking a new step, ladies and gentlemen.
We can all learn something.
Yes.
No matter how old we are.
Even though he's age 65, he grew tonight. If I'm 50, you got to be older than me.
I'm just barely. Let's talk about our favorite Irish actor. They say...
Colin Farrell, who doesn't look a thing like him in real life.
No, our other favorite Irish actor, the one with the enormous penis.
Oh, yeah.
It's time for Liam Neeson's cock.
Oh, we can't help but wonder how big is Liam Neeson's cock?
Wie groß ist Liam Neeson sein Penis?
That's right. Folks continue to send in facts about the enormous penis of Liam Neeson.
Even during the quarantine?
Even during the quarantine. What do they got to do? They got nothing to do.
That's true. Good point.
Just dial up NeesonCock.com and submit your own suggestions. Or you can mail them directly to me at hbopodcast@aol.com, which you can send me anything to, by the way. That was a surprise, opening up that mailbox after 8 months.
And seeing.
I probably should have gone in there once or twice before now. There's like
It's
9
Ralph,
billion emails waiting.
You have to get back to me within a month, or else I'm going to die.
Yes.
Well, check out all the. Oh God.
Oh boy. Here we go. These are tonight's facts about Liam Neeson's cock. Liam Neeson's cock is so big
risking life and limb, stepping out of their automobile to scream, to bellow into the night sky. How big is it? Well done, Captain.
If movie theaters aren't open in time, Christopher Nolan has announced that Tenet will premiere in Liam's urethra.
Ah. A movie's going to be as big as Liam Neeson's cock.
Liam Neeson's cock is so big.
How big is it?
The post office has announced they will use it to sort millions of mail-in ballots.
It's still probably not big enough.
Yeah, right.
To make it in time.
Liam Neeson's cock is so big.
How big is it?
When Liam plays hockey, he wears the Stanley Cup as protection.
No, that's good.
And timely.
I can't believe it took us 10 years to get to that one.
The playoffs are happening right now.
Wow, man. Finger on the pulse. Everything happens when it needs to.
Liam Neeson's cock is so big.
How big is it?
Liam Neeson paid Rick Singer $500,000 to get his cock into USC.
That's timely.
Timely is today's
Thank
headline.
God you said the dude's name earlier in the story. Otherwise, I wouldn't have. What the fuck does that mean?
Yes.
Is that a sports thing? Well done.
And lastly, Liam Neeson's cock is so big.
How big is it?
When Liam has sex, he's still able to maintain appropriate social distance.
Ah! It's very fucking relevant. Ladies and gentlemen of the Vineland Drive-In here in City of Industry, have you had a good time this evening?
Thank you so much for being here and being part of our 10th anniversary. We truly appreciate it.
Thank you for giving us something to do for 10 years, man. Means the absolute world. And I wouldn't have had this very special thing if it were not for the man sitting right to my left. Give it up for the amazing, the great Ralph Garman, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's hear it from my bestest babble buddy, Mr. Kevin Smith.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Hollywood Babble-On for this week. I'm Kevin Smith.
I'm Ralph Garman.
Babble the fuck off. Good night, Hollywood and City of Industry.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.